Hey, welcome to the Vanilla Tulip farmhouse. Today I wanted to walk you through kind of a really inexpensive bedroom redo. We have been playing musical bedrooms since we've moved into this house, and initially this was our girls, we have two girls, it was their bedroom and it worked really well for a while, and then we decided that we would let our oldest daughter have her own room. We did a little flip-flopping with the schoolroom and she went over there. That lasted just a few months before the girls decided that they didn't like sleeping apart and they wanted to sleep together. So this room, she moved out of here, and this room has sat empty for a couple of months as I kind of chewed on what we wanted to do with it. And what we ended up deciding was we wanted to turn it into the baby's bedroom and then also a playroom. We homeschool and we do a lot of our school just right outside this door right here at our kitchen table. And what I was finding was that the little two, my 3-year-old and 1-year-old, they didn't want to play in the living room. They wanted to be right by us where they could see us. And so it made it a little bit more difficult to homeschool because they were just there all the time. And so it has worked out really well because I turned this little corner over here into a playroom for them to play in, and it has worked so well. So I'm gonna walk you through what I did. My budget that I had set for myself was between $50 to $75. I didn't want to spend a lot of money, and so I ended up spending a little less than $75. I'll show you how here in a minute. But I truly just shopped my home and was creative with what I had. And so that is kind of why I wanted to take you guys along on just redoing this room, is because I wanted to encourage you that redoing your home, redoing a room, doesn't have to cost you an arm and a leg. It just needs to think, it needs to be thinking outside the box. And we live in just, you know, such a time with beautiful pictures on social media where you look at them and you think, well, I don't have $500 to invest into this project. I don't have that to get these rugs that I want to pull this room together. And so I just want to encourage you that you can be resourceful and use what you have to make a really cozy and really fun space for your family. So here we go. I'm going to take you along. We're going to start at the beginning when this room was a disaster.
Okay, I'm going to take you into the pit that the room is now. So because it's just been a catch-all, before I get it organized, it's really bad. But as you can see, this wall, I had ripped down the wallpaper, never painted that, so it's this real weird yellowy color. This wall is white. It just is bad. So I'm going to show you what we've got here. It's really horrible. And you can see where I'd painted and hadn't painted. This piece needs to come out. Oops. I actually found that piece right there in the trash years ago, and it is one of my favorites, but I am going to move that out of here just because it's not very playroom friendly because it has those glass doors. So this is the before of what this looks like in here. Absolutely out of control. Christmas has exploded in here and I need to get my hands on it. So I am going to redo this room on a budget and try for the most part, sorry, I'm trying to not step on this. Try for the most part to do this with what I have on hand and do it rather inexpensively. So here we go. On. I ended up deciding to leave the piece because I love it so much. So we'll see. I actually need to paint down in that corner now that I'm standing here. Yeah. All right. I went out to the garage to see if we had anything for toys, and I found this piece. It used to be Travis's great aunt's, and I'm going to take the doors off of it because it has these glass doors, and then I'm going to repaint it. And we'll use this to store our toys.
Wednesday. It's almost time to call it quits for the day for dinner. It's Friday, which means that tomorrow I can finish up this little project, but I have one little strip to paint up here of white. And then I need to get another little can of the black chalkboard paint, and so I will finish up that wall. I didn't have any painter's tape, and so because I was just getting this done because the baby's not sleeping, I just did it. And so what I'll do is I'll go back and fix all the imperfections tomorrow with a little bit of painter's tape, kind of go over what I messed up. But it's coming together, and so far I have spent $0. I think the only thing that I'm gonna need to get really is just another can of paint, and I think of like the little black chalkboard paint, and I think that's it. And then I need to, hold on, I'll show you. I need to attack all of these toys, all the things, and get this all organized. So we don't do a ton of toys, and this is why, because it's just too much. It's just too much. So I am gonna whittle down. We got a bunch of fun stuff for Christmas, and I'm gonna make sure that everything that we got for Christmas toy wise has a place, and then everything that there's no place for is just gonna disappear. So like the little boys, and everybody likes to play with it, they got a bunch of farm set stuff, and so I'm gonna put that in a basket. We do wooden blocks, that'll go in a basket, Magnetiles in a basket, and then a smaller basket for like little Matchbox cars. And that is pretty much all of their toys for the most part. I will take like a bigger wicker basket and put all of like the bigger trucks and things like that they play with into that. But everything will have a place. And so once I get it all organized and put back together, I will show you. Also, I've had some people ask about the girls' toys. For the most part, they just keep everything in their bedroom. I will show that on another video. But yeah, okay, I am gonna finish this wall and work on it tomorrow. Okay, I am almost done in here. I need to finish. The babies were playing in here this morning for school, and so I'm gonna get it reorganized, and I'm working right now on, I wanted some bigger wall art to hang in here, but I didn't want to break the bank as far as pricing goes. So what I did was I created 2 prints, and it says "You Are So Loved," and I'll show them to you here in a second. And then what I did was I printed them off at Staples as blueprint prints, and the reason for that is it's really inexpensive to get large artwork printed that way if it's black and white. I spent less than $4 for 2 prints, and it's on this really heavy paper. So here's the first part, and it says "You Are." And then the other one, I did a little bit different, but they'll go side by side. And then it says "So Loved." And so what I did now to hang them is you can get, and I'll put links to these frames so that you can see what I'm talking about. But I got 2 of these frames, and these prints are the same as this frame. They're an 18 by 24 size. And so I got 2 of these. And I'm going to put the prints into the frames, hang them up, and it's going to be just some really great inexpensive wall art for not very much. So I'm going to hang them now. I'm going to put them in the frames and then hang them up. All done. I will add, I had to, and maybe it was just our Staples and they did it kind of weird, but around the edges I had to trim, and they
had like a line where you could see where it wasn't trimmed properly. And so I had to trim them to fit inside of the 18 by 24 frames. So it's just an FYI, if you were like I was in the beginning trying to stuff the posters into the frames.
Okay, today is the day. I am going to show you what I've done with this room. My goal was to spend between $50 to $75 max on putting this room together and really just using what I had on hand. So I ended up spending a little under $75. I bought these two frames from Target, which they were $15 a piece. I feel like I can do better. I just ran out of time and did not have time to shop around. So I'm gonna look for cheaper alternatives, and I'll link them if I can find them in this video. And then I bought these three little cans right here. They are from the Dollar Spot at Target. And they, as we all know, they were not $3, or they were not $1. They were more like $5, I think. Yes, they were $5. But I got these because I thought they would just be a really cute way to kind of be a catch-all for toys. And then I also, of course, bought the prints that I printed off. That was $4, less than $4 for the two of them. And I needed one more can of chalkboard paint to finish out my wall. So I stayed under 75 bucks. But yeah, here we go. I'm gonna show you what I've done.
This is the play corner of the bedroom, and I'm gonna show you what I've done here. I shopped my house to do it. So this little piece over here, I knew I wanted something to organize our toys, but I didn't want to spend a ton of money since I was kind of giving myself a maximum budget of $75. So I went to my garage where we had some extra furniture, and this was like a shiny brown TV cabinet, and it had doors on it. I took the doors off, and I had some spray paint that was a matte black, and so I just spray painted it, and it works really well for this space. I had these baskets, and they miraculously fit under there. Those I found at Target. Those are $5 a piece, and I thought they would be good. We don't have a ton of toys. This is really the majority of our toys because we play outside a lot, and so these don't have toys. I don't think they've got hardly anything in them right now, but they're just kind of a catch-all for any odds and end toys. Down here we have little trucks, and then Magnetiles, and then farm stuff is in that one. These I found at Hobby Lobby probably 2 years ago, and I thought they would be really cute. They used to be in our room by Carter's bed, and I kept diapers and things in them. I found these curtains a couple months ago for this room, because before they just had some sheer curtains, but I wanted a blackout curtain in here, and I found them on an end cap at Target, and they were, I'm pretty sure somebody ordered them online and then returned them to the store. They're really long, and they're this really neat kind of a blackout denim, but I found them for $10 a piece. It was a really great deal. So those are just an odd find. I don't know, I don't think that they have a tag on them with the brand, but I'll look. And then those are the prints that I had done in blueprint size at Staples, and then it's an 18 by 24 inch size. I found these at Magnolia when we went. They're these really cool picture frame hangers, and the girls and I went to Magnolia a few months ago, and they had a really neat deal where you could stuff a bag for 50 bucks, and so I just threw those in there. Really had no plan on what I was going to use them for. And then I remembered I have bought these books. These are some of our favorite books. I will put a link to them below, but they came with these free prints. There was a ton of them. And so I took these prints and then just hung them up. I'll put a link again to the book, the exact books I'm talking about. And then this little space so for the letterboard, I like to change it out. And I wanted a place just to have the letters handy. So I put my letters in these jars. I've had these. They were just from, again, Target dollar aisle. And then this is where I keep Carter's little oils that we use every night. So his little oil blends. I'll put a link to the ones that I have in the comments or in the link below. So, and then this bear is a Costco find a couple of months ago. It was I think it was like $29. It was like a ridiculously cheap price. And it has been one of our favorite toys because the kids sit on it and read on him. And it's great. We have wooden blocks, and then they play with the dollhouse. Those are just all old things. These wooden blocks, and this also has wooden trains mixed in. These are a favorite toy. We have some in the living room as well, but it's just a really great toy that all of my kids love to play with. This is an old rug that I had found at Rugs USA. I will see if I can find an exact link. So that is the playroom side, and it's cozy. And the reason that I love it is because when we sit at the kitchen table for school, my kiddos, the baby boys, they play in here because they can see us. So it's been super handy. For Carter's side of the room, I kept it really simple and really basic. I just wanted a cozy little corner that he could sleep. So here I painted the wall with chalkboard paint. I just wanted something to kind of make his bed pop. And these little stuffed animal guys I got at that same Magnolia sale and just stuffed them in a bag. I got a ton of stuff. So let me show you what they look like. They're just these really sweet little stuffed heads, and I wanted something above his crib. I'm kind of, I don't know, things above the crib make me nervous. So if these were to fall down, then it's fine. They're just a stuffed animal. And this is his little bed, his blanket. I have a lot of people ask about this blanket. And guys, I found it at Atwood's, which is like Tractor Supply. I think it's in most states maybe. But it was just one of those things that was right by the checkout, and I bought a couple of them, and they are so sweet and soft. I will see if I can find something similar. And then this rug I found at Family Dollar. I just needed something right there. Ideally in this room, I would love a bigger rug, but again, I was on a budget. I was trying to get this done relatively inexpensively. This basket kind of keeps a few more odds and ends toys that don't have a spot. And then eventually I'm going to paint this piece so it's not green. It just was green and I left it. I didn't have time to paint it. But I found this in someone's trash a couple of years ago, and it was all brown and the back leg was broken off. And so I ended up finding someone driving by that was a neighbor with a truck, and I asked if he could help me get it home. It didn't fit in the back of my Suburban at the time, and so I brought it home, and it is one of my favorite pieces. Right now it has the girls' tea set and then some books in it, but I'm going to get a couple of baskets in there eventually and then move Carter's clothes over to that. So this is his side of the room, and it's just sweet and cozy. I'm so thankful for it. So there you have it. That is how this room came to be for less than $75, just kind of using what we had on hand. Thank you for following along. Make sure to go up to the top and hit subscribe. You will see 2 new videos and 2 new blog posts every week from the Vanilla Tulip Farmhouse. So have a great one.